Are you happy with the economic policies so far in regards to the response to the pandemic? Have we been able to be more inclusive when it comes to the recovery?
Well, it's a job by both the government and the private sector to ensure that there's inclusivity in its recovery phase. And for the government, I think it's really more reaching out to all of those marginalized Filipinos, especially those who actually lost their jobs, and making sure that not only that they get the assistance that they need during the ECQ period, but more importantly, bringing them back to work, no, with the private sector, with all of the businesses that are operating in the country. And with respect to the business enterprises, it's really a matter of making sure that all of their workers are productive, are given the chance to work, and that their programs in terms of expanding their businesses is an inclusive component, making sure that they reach out to more Filipinos, more stakeholders, basically, and so that the benefits of economic growth can be spread much more widely.
How do you ensure that corporate governance remains intact even as companies scramble to stay afloat? They are, of course, using the hard-earned investments of retail investors, minority shareholders to pay a lot of debt, often raising quite an amount of debt, having to finance this. How do you ensure that we are protected?
I think a lot of the businessmen, most businesses, if not all of them, have actually have actually done their share in terms of promoting, ensuring that they take care of the broader stakeholder groups, their employees, their partners, the LGUs where they operate. I think last year we see a lot of private sector involvement in making sure that they protect the economic welfare of all of their constituencies. And I think that continues as we speak, no? As the private sector has now shifted to effectively driving the vaccination program. So a lot of private sector representatives are pretty much joining forces with the government to ensure that we procure the vaccines as soon as possible and inoculate as many of the frontliners and the economic sector workers so that we can drive inclusivity and ensure that we are addressing all the needs of all of these stakeholders that we have. So beyond the shareholder centrism that has been the mode in the past, a lot of companies have now shifted to stakeholder centrism or inclusivity, because that's really the way to go. For companies to thrive, they have to make sure that all of the publics which they actually affect, especially the workers and the partners, the service providers, are part of the equation, not just the shareholders.
Sir, finally, please tell us more about this April 28th event you've got here. It's entitled From Bricks to Clicks. You're expecting, if I'm not mistaken, 4,000 people. And the theme is thriving in the digital world. So what do you mean by this exactly? How did you select these speakers? And how does this differ from all of the debates that we've had in 2020 about, shifting towards digitization? At what point are we in the game? And what catalyst needs to happen here for us to be able to thrive in this new normal?
Well, SharePHIL has been all about enabling the Filipino to invest wisely, achieve financial security, and contribute to the sustainable socio-economic growth of the country. And our summit series has been a key element of is a flagship event of the organization that features companies as well as personalities who have led the charge towards economic recovery, and innovation and inclusivity. Now, it has been going on for a couple of years, focusing on key issues, on key themes. But this year, we've decided to continue with our economic recovery theme, which we started last year. And all of our webinars are this event has now been, as everybody has done so, is now in webinar format. So this year, we're focusing on effectively those companies who have actually trailblazed in terms of converting their business models from bricks to what we call clicks. those who have actually been able to transform their businesses. These are the telco companies, of course, the banks, the digital banking, and as well as e-commerce companies that have led the way towards economic recovery, which we believe will continue moving forward.